Well, welcome back. Monty here, and we're continuing our 20-20-20 series. 20 math lessons, 20 days, 20 minutes apiece. But before we get started today, it's Monday, March 30th. We are now on day 7, and if you looked in your packet, it's called a circumference puzzle. Don't forget, I'm starting to actually post these in JPEG form so you can just see it right on your phone, a little bit easier than the PDF. You can find those on the class calendar, Shadle Park, Monacuco, or on the actual Monacuco class webpage that just goes by day. You can find these. And starting today, I'm going to post answer keys for the previous week's material. A lot of you reached out and saying, hey, can we check our answers? Can we check our work? So those are going to be posted each week for the previous week. Okay? Before we start today, I thought we should do some recapping. Okay? So the first thing, if you remember before the COVID closure, we had a theme week coming up, dress-up days. Okay? So the first day was going to be all white or all black. Second day was going to be St. Patrick's Day, which means we dressed in green. Then Glow Day, Sock Hopper Day, or Jersey, whichever you had. And then 50s Day, and I labeled it Grease. Okay? So I still want to do these dress-up days. Maybe you can have a photo of yourself and either send them to me or we can post them on the photo blog on Blackboard. Okay? You decide, but it'd be cool if we all did dress-up day. How are you dressing during the closure? So, I got my white shoes on. I got white t-shirt, kind of an exploding game controller, right? Okay, so that's my dressing in white. What do you have that's white or all black that you could dress up in today? All right, I thought we should do some shout outs. Okay, people that have reached out, phoned, text, email, posted work. So, some of the morning folks, right? Our breakfast buddies. Got Ezra, Tiona, Kaylee, Katie, John, Cody, Tanya, and Adam. You guys remember Adam, Guitar Man? Yeah. Then from the actual classes, we've got Ryan Ruby, Miss French, Morgan, Kira, Alyssa, Annie, Jake, Ariam, Sydney, Mr. Trout, and Bree Whitcomb. All right, so those are our shout outs. And then several people have been logging into Mathia, and I thought we'd do a different bell, you know, Monty and his bells. Mathia folks, Morgan, Quinn, Ariam, Mirtha, Sydney, and Tanya, they all completed at least one workspace, and a special gong to Morgan and Ariam. They've done multiple workspaces. So, thank you. Nice job. Okay? Each Monday we'll do shout outs. So make sure that you get a hold of me somehow so you can be part of next Monday's shout outs. All right? Okay. Day 7. If you looked at day 7, it's some sort of a circumference puzzle. Okay? Well, I want to do the first couple with you in case you don't remember Pythagoras and circumference. Well, circumference, that's just 2 pi r. But in some of these, we have to do some math to find the radius. We're going to have to do some Pythagoras. So if you look at those web pages, you'll see that there's a couple of videos posted. If you don't remember all the ins and outs of Pythagoras, right? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. There's a video there, and then the circumference video, kind of a revisit, all right? So, got to clear our board. I'll be back momentarily. We'll do the first couple problems together. Happy Monday. Okay, welcome back. We're on day 7 in the packet, okay? So day 7 was a puzzle, okay? It's a maze, and it's using circumference, all right? Circumference, 2 times pi times r. But in order to find r in these problems, we're going to have to use Pythagoras. Pythagoras was the guy, if we have a right triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, So that's the kind of math that we're going to be doing. So if you're keeping track in your packet, obviously we finished 2 weeks and we're right here on day 7. Okay, let's do the first couple of problems together. We're given a circle and we're giving 2 segments of a right triangle. Okay, 7 units by 12 units. Now remember Thales' theorem? Thales' theorem said if you're connecting the diameter with any 2 segments, it had to be a right angle. All right, so we're going to have to use Pythagoras to find the diameter. Okay, so 12 squared plus 7 squared. Let's just do it right up here. 7 squared plus 12 squared equals, and in these I'm going to say D instead of C for the diameter squared. 7 times 7 is 49. 12 times 12, 144, and that's equal to D squared. Well, in order to find D, we got to take the square root of both sides. So 49 and 144 is 193. That's equal to D squared. How do you undo a squared? Take the square root. And the diameter is the square root of 193. Now let's go back and think. Circumference is 2 pi r. Well, r is half of that. The radius is half. But we're interested in 2r. Isn't 2 pi r, isn't 2 times r the diameter? So let's make a note. Let's make a note right here. Note to self. 2r is the diameter. So in this first problem, if the diameter is radical 193, then isn't the circumference 100, the square root of 193 pi? C equals 2 times r times pi, and 2 times r is d pi square root of 193 pi. So now you have to make a decision. That's what makes this a puzzle or a maze. Which direction do we go? We're going to go down or are we going to go to the right? Okay? Well, in this case, those match. So we're going to draw an arrow, okay, to the right. Okay? So we're not going to use this one, but we do have to use the second one. Okay, let's do the process again. Thales' theorem. Any 2 segments that connect the endpoints of the diameter has to be a 90-degree. So we need to use Pythagoras again. 6 squared plus 14 squared is equal to D squared. 36 plus 14 times 14, 196. Yep, 196, and that's equal to D squared. Add them together, we get 232, which is equal to D squared. Take the square root of both sides, and we have the square root of 232 is equal to D. So that distance is the square root of 232. Now the idea is we have to make a decision. We're going to go to the right or are we going to go down? Okay? Well, square root of 232, there's no way it's going to be 58. Because 58 times 58 is a lot bigger than that. So we are going to go this direction, but let's prove it. Let's actually do the math. Let's prove to ourselves that we know that it's this. Okay? Well, you only have 2 choices. It's either going to be this one or this one. Oh, wait a minute. Did you see this other guy? There's a diagonal available. Okay, so it's 2 times the square root of 58, 4 times the square root of 58, or 58. No way. Okay, so no way. What's 4 times 58? Let's study that. 4 times 58. 4 times 58. 32, carry the 3, 232. 232 is the square root of 4 times the square root of 58. What's the square root of 4? 2. 2 radical 58. That's equal to D. We saw that circumference is 2 times R times pi. Okay, D. It's equal to D times pi. So our answer is 2 radical 58. 2 radical 58. Cool. So we're going to head off to the right. All right? So take your packet. We're going this direction. Now we're in the corner. We either got to go down or back diagonal. Okay? Now remember, these lessons are 20 minutes a day. This video alone was 10 minutes. So take 10 more minutes, do some Pythagoras, do some circumference, and call it a day. Happy Monday. Tomorrow it will be about arc length. And then I think we either have a free write or a doodle tomorrow. All right? So happy Monday. Back to math. This was day 7. See you tomorrow on day 8.